All right, let's get right into it. We're going to break down a really fascinating guide from a financial advisor on a super hot topic: how to use new AI tools, and specifically NotebookLM, to actually make money. I know it's a question on a ton of people's minds, so today we're going to dig into some real concrete strategies.
So let's just tackle the elephant in the room right away. The question everyone's asking: can a tool like this, an AI research assistant, for real, put money in your pocket? It sounds a little too good to be true, doesn't it? Well, the answer is yes. But, and this is a big but, it's probably not in the way you're imagining.
And that brings us to what is maybe the single most important idea you need to grasp. You see, the myth is that these tools are some kind of magic money machine. You just press a button and cash pops out. The reality, though, is that they are productivity multipliers. They don't create value out of thin air. They amplify the value that you create.
So here's the deal, the financial reality of it all. Income comes from creating something valuable for other people. That's it. NotebookLM doesn't change that fundamental rule of business. It just makes the process of creating that value way faster, deeper, and so much more efficient. So with that foundation set, let's jump into 3 practical models for how this actually works.
First up, we've got a model we're calling the information entrepreneur. The whole game here is pretty straightforward. You create and sell valuable digital products, but you use AI to do all the heavy lifting on the research and content creation side of things.
Okay, so the core idea is simple, but it's really powerful. It all starts with a very human insight. You identify a specific problem, a real pain point that a group of people is dealing with. And then you use NotebookLM to basically become an instant expert on that topic, pulling in information from all over to build the solution.
And the action plan? It's a pretty clean 3-step process. First, you feed the machine. You just upload all of your source material, articles, reports, you name it. Second, you synthesize. This is where the magic happens. You start acting like a detective, asking the AI smart questions to pull out the key themes and insights. And finally, step 3, you create. You use the tool to help you generate outlines, scripts, and the actual text for your product.
So what are we actually making here? Well, it could be anything really. Maybe a detailed ebook, something like The Ultimate Guide to Investing, or you could build out a full online course, or even a short, high-impact mini masterclass. You're basically just packaging up all your AI-powered research into a format that's easy for people to use.
And how do you get paid? Well, it's super direct. You're selling these digital products on platforms like Gumroad or Teachable. Plus, you can sprinkle in affiliate links for other products or tools within your content and earn a commission. It's a classic digital business model, right? But now, it's on steroids.
All right, model number 2. This one's called the content repurposer. And this one is all about pure efficiency. It's perfect for anyone out there who's already making content and just wants to squeeze every last drop of value and reach out of everything they create.
The core idea here is the classic work smarter, not harder. You create one amazing piece of long-form content, let's say it's a really deep blog post or a podcast episode, and then you let NotebookLM do the slicing and dicing, turning it into a dozen different formats for all the different platforms out there.
And this process is just wow. It's so powerful. You upload one thing, like a podcast transcript, then you can literally just ask it, hey, give me 5 engaging social media posts based on this, or turn the main points into a video script, or even draft an email newsletter that summarizes this whole thing. It's one effort, but a ton of outputs.
Okay, so where's the money in this model? Well, there are a couple of main paths. First, there's good old-fashioned ad revenue. By filling up a blog or a YouTube channel with all this content, you build an audience, and then you can monetize it with ads. The other route, you can actually package this skill up and offer content repurposing as a service to other businesses that desperately need it.
Let's move on to our third and final model. And honestly, this one might be the most high value of them all, the specialized consultant. This is for all you professionals out there who already have a service and want to use AI to deliver an absolutely premium, data-driven experience for your clients.
I want you to imagine something. It's like having a team of brilliant, lightning-fast research assistants on call for you 24/7. You're using NotebookLM to just absorb and analyze massive amounts of information for your clients. This lets you give them insights that before would have taken you weeks to find. So what does the workflow look like? It's actually pretty simple. First, obviously with your client's full permission, you upload their documents, business plans, market research, whatever they've got. Then, you let NotebookLM just tear through it all, summarizing findings and spotting trends in seconds. And finally, you take those incredible AI insights and use them to help you draft the high-value deliverables your client is paying you the big bucks for.
And just check this out. This is a perfect example of the kind of superpower this gives you. Imagine being able to ask a question this specific across 5 different dense reports and getting a clear, synthesized answer in a matter of seconds. I mean, come on. That's the kind of insight that clients pay top dollar for, and it's what separates a pretty good consultant from a truly great one.
And because you're delivering so much more value and doing it so much faster, your income streams get a serious upgrade. We're talking about being able to justify premium hourly rates because every hour is just ridiculously productive. Or, even better, you can package up your work into high-ticket projects, like a Q3 financial analysis report. Okay, so we've walked through 3 totally different models, right? But now I want to pull back for a second and look at the big picture, the core principle that really ties all of this together. This is the why behind the how.
And what's the one thing they all have in common? Well, it's that same idea we started with. This tool is a multiplier, not a magic wand. It doesn't create the value, it just amplifies your ability to create value. You are still the one driving the car.
And this is what the financial advisor really wants us to remember. The true financial asset here is you. It's your expertise, your creativity, your ability to solve problems. The AI? That's just the incredibly powerful tool you use to leverage that asset and make it way more profitable.
Think of it like a partnership. Your job is the big picture strategic stuff. Creating, marketing, selling, connecting with people. NotebookLM's job, that's the tactical grunt work. All that time-consuming research and drafting, it lets you focus on the what and the why, while it helps take care of a lot of the how. And that brings us to the final and maybe the single most important piece of advice in this entire guide. When you're just starting out with any of these models, the key is to start small. Seriously, don't try to boil the ocean.
So what does starting small actually look like in practice? It's simple. First, just pick one of these models. Don't try to do all 3. Then, create one tiny but super valuable product, like a 10-page guide, not a 200-page book. And then, and this is key, you test it with a very specific, niche audience to see if it actually works before you go all in. And that leaves us with one final question, and this one is for you. After seeing these 3 paths laid out, the information entrepreneur, the content repurposer, and the specialized consultant, which one feels like the right fit for you, for your skills, for your goals? The tool is ready, the strategies are here, so the only question left is, which one are you going to start with?